Thanks, everybody. I've enjoyed your hard work thus far, and I wanted to make a quick series of videos about the hard work yet to come. In the next 10 days or so, between now, June 18th, and June 28th, we have to complete our crisis projects. And our crisis project is really two assignments in one, a paper and a speech about the same argument. And you are totally free. You have an incredibly wide range of freedom to pick the argument that you would like to make and to pick the topic about which you would like to make an argument. But that can be, as we all know, a blessing and a curse of having so much room to maneuver that you're really not sure where the targets are, what I want, what I'm evaluating. So I wanted to create a couple of videos to help modify and extend and re-explain some things that I've already said in the form of the assignment handout about the crisis project that I just uploaded to OAKS. So in this first video, what I want to explain is two different tips about selecting a topic. The first tip is selecting a specific topic. Obviously, the course thus far has been organized into three different crises about citizenship and public reasoning and public debate. Dumbing down, our current crisis about distraction, and next week's mini crisis, because we're going to run out of time, is about public anger, hate, aggression, trolling, bullying, violence, right? Anger. So those are the big three. All of y'all are free to pick any of those individual crises to do your project on, and the best projects are likely going to pick a topic within that crisis to focus on. So maybe you want to focus on something about education, high school or elementary or collegiate education, because you have chosen to do your crisis project largely about the first crisis of dumbing down. Or maybe you want to blame parents or administrators in talking about the crisis of education we're facing in this country. Maybe you want to do it on the distraction issue that we're focusing on this week and pick a particular platform, Instagram or Twitter or just phones or just screen time or rules about screen time for kids. Maybe you want to pick the final crisis because you're more interested in talking about public aggression, anger, trolling, or bullying. And any of those could be great topics. Media representations of violence, video games, and violent video games. Maybe you want to do your project on saying political correctness is good or political correctness is bad. Whatever the case may be, the best projects are going to be interesting to you. You are choosing this particular project because you find it fascinating and you want to devote some time to exploring the issue and making a claim about it. And the best projects are going to be specific. You're not going to try to bite off too much. In other words, if you're looking at your project, your idea, and you're saying, well, I really have two projects here or two topics here, you need to cut one. And then the other thing is that if you're looking at your topic and you're saying to yourself, I could spend a whole book making this argument, perhaps I have too much, then you need to trim the fat, right? If it's a book length argument or a book length topic and not a 10-page paper topic, then adjustments need to be made. The second tip, the second piece of advice I have in terms of topic selection is choosing a topic about which you want to make an argument. The most important thing that I'm looking for in these essays and speeches is, what is your argument? What is the conversation that you are joining? And how are you contributing to that conversation? So let's say you have chosen political correctness. There's obviously a massive debate in this country, and has been for some time, about so-called PC wars, or political correctness as an idea, with very clear divided camps on saying political correctness is a good social force, political correctness is a nefarious or evil social force, and then lots and lots and lots of folks in the middle. If you want to make an argument about political correctness, you will need to then say in your essay, in your speech, here is this ongoing conversation, here are the key players, here are the key arguments on both sides, and here is where I stand, and here's why. So in the end, what I'm evaluating is your argument and the evidence you have to back that argument up, both in a written form in your paper, as well as in the speech version of the paper that you upload, the spoken presentation, the performance of the argument. So what that means is that the best arguments are going to be the most specific arguments. If you're joining this ongoing conversation about school shootings, or gun culture in the United States, or video games, or reality television, or screen time, or phones, or Twitter, anger, or Reddit subchannels, or whatever the case is, Cub Scout organizations and civic civic pride that folks have in those sorts of organizations. Whatever the conversation is that you're joining, you need to specify the conversation and then specify how you're contributing. What is your contribution? How are you advancing this conversation? And there's lots of ways to go about doing that. But what I want to emphasize with this second tip is to feature your voice. Find evidence to support the case that you would like to make, not to regurgitate what other people have said or to regurgitate material that's in the readings or the lectures and then to call it a day. Right? This is not an explanatory paper, and this is not a history paper where you just detail a specific event or a specific concept and call it a day. This is an argumentative paper, and what I'm asking is that you use the readings and lectures and outside materials that you'll have to find to support the case that you would like to make.